Hey, I just wanted to bring this topic up while it's on my mind. Something to be aware of that a lot of us, I don't know if we are, especially if you have complex PTSD, you grew up in a really scary world. Oftentimes what happens is you become hypersensitive to other people's needs, hypersensitive and aware of your environment. You're on much higher alert than most people. So, I mentioned this before, but there's been a lot of studies done on how the brain develops in a child who's undergone repeated severe abuse, and their brain develops differently. Different parts of the brain, like the brain that sets off the fear, the alarm, the awareness, the fight, flight, freeze, faint, all of that is developed in the brain a lot bigger than an average person. And the centers around the brain that induce calm are often a lot smaller in the brain of a traumatized person. And so, but beyond that, what I want to explain is that what happens is we grow up hyper aware of everybody and everything. So we can feel people, we can read people, we can sense things, very intuitive. We're very in tune with people's needs, emotions, what they're feeling, their energy, their body language, and we had to develop these skills to survive, which I know can be a gift, can become a gift, and as anything, it can also be quite the curse, because you become very sensitive. And one thing that happens is we don't understand that the whole world is not like this. The whole world does not sense and read and are aware of everything like we are in other people or in our environments or whatever. And sometimes we get into these situations with other people in our life where we're very sensitive to them. We can tell their needs. We are constantly on top of wanting to make sure they're okay, wanting to help them. Once we learn what helps us, we're like, are you hungry? Are you sleepy? Do you need anything? Do you need a hug? But most of the time, we can almost literally mind read. We're just very on top of other people's needs, and it can be a very beautiful thing. But on the other side of that is we can feel very hurt a lot because some of us are just not aware that not everybody is like that. Not everybody just knows these things like we do. So we don't speak up, or we don't understand why people do things that are hurtful, or don't notice things, or don't realize we're upset or hurting or whatever, or people do things that are hurting us and we think they're doing it on purpose. They must be doing it on purpose because they must know. But the truth is, not everybody's wired like that. Not everybody just knows. Not everybody is intuitive like that, or has that part of the brain that is very sense-oriented, picking up on everything like we do. And so we become hurt because we don't understand that simple key. So I just wanted to bring awareness to that for people who are hyper aware and hyper sensitive and really notice other people's needs and maybe have become caregivers and really love the people they love in an intimate way like that, picking up on everything and really wanting to care for everybody and make sure they're okay all the time. but then feeling hurt when other people don't recognize their needs or when they need help or whatever. And the struggle with us is things that we think should be obvious to people are not. And we have to learn to use our voice a lot more than makes sense to us. And not be offended by anything if we didn't use our voice. We have to learn that. And it can be really hard because often in trauma you learn that your voice is not safe. It's not safe to have a voice. It's not safe to speak up. So it's quite the growing journey. But just the awareness alone that don't feel hurt by people who aren't wired like you. It's not that they are doing things on purpose, purposely ignoring it or whatever. Is that they're literally not wired the same as you. And it's really good to acknowledge that within yourself. That's a big growing step for you and your relationships. Okay. Love you. Bye.